I bet you have seen all these pros making insane combos that kill you in a matter of few seconds. And you tried out them yourself, but you find yourself struggling even one hit because you lack some skill. Well, in order to overcome this issue, in today's video I will show you best fruits that require very little to zero skill. So make sure you watch till the end. Today's shoutouts go to these guys. If you want a shoutout in the next video, just leave a like and tell me in the comments your favorite zero skill fruit that you like to use. So just like I already said, maybe you play on a bad device so you can't really get much skill out, or you're just trash like me. No matter the reason, the big problem that we have is this lack of skill that pulls you back in so many different ways. Nowadays players are insanely skillful, and if you lack even just a tiny bit you are done. And there are certain fruits where this skill is really expressed, like string or barrier. But luckily, we also have certain fruits that are noob friendly and they don't require that much skill for you to be competitive. Of course they require some amounts of skill, but it's nothing compared to the fruits I told you about. Of course there is a big chance that the skill-based fruits will demolish you, but using these fruits makes these chances as minimal as possible. And also you can probably demolish them. There are a couple different fruits that I want to show you, so let's get right into them. The first one is of course magma. Why? Magma is the fruit that you use to PvP in first and maybe even second sea. That is because it's really easy to use and you get used to it very fast, and in those seas you don't have such big competition in PvP. Also, I don't have to talk about the insanely high damage output that this fruit has. So it's also extremely good for grinding normal enemies. And another good thing that this fruit has is its price. It costs only 960k pelly and you can find it in stock pretty often. So if you want a PvP and have very little skill, magma is the way to go. The phoenix fruit is one of the only fruits I don't know much about. But I know that it doesn't require much skill to be good at it. But if you really want to be good at it, you will have to practice a bit. But it can be really good in PvP. Also, it has really cool transformation which gives it pretty decent mobility. It's legendary fruit and it costs 1.8 million pelly, so it is a bit on the more expensive side, but it's okay. So don't miss out on phoenix. Now this is a really no skill fruit, but if you take one factor into consideration, don't use it for PvP. If you wanted a PvP using portal, then it's extremely skill involved, but portal can be used in something much more interesting. And that is getting stuff. When you are doing some quests, in order to get a certain accessory, sword or etc., you are constantly required to switch between certain islands. And the portal will do just that. But again, just like I said, using it for farming enemies or PvP is insanely hard and you have to have a lot of skill and practice. It's surprisingly easy to get this fruit and it costs only 1.9 million pelly. So if you want to get something different, get portal. Dragon is a mythical fruit that costs 3.5 million pelly. And it's well known for how good it is for a long time. Although it requires some skills, it's very minimal and you can get away with really good performance with very little skill. It's not that brilliant in farming normal enemies, but in the PvP some may say that it's the meta. Even if it is not, it's insanely powerful, so why wouldn't you want to use it? Only bad thing is that it's really hard to get these days. So if you manage to get it, you're insanely lucky. Now again, people will say that you need decent skills to use this fruit. And I agree with them. But even without that level of skill, using this fruit is very beneficial. And after all, that skill is very minimal and you'll get it very fast, so you can't say otherwise. So, Dough is well known for it being a beast in PvP, it's not used so much in normal grinding. It costs 2.8 million pelly and it's extremely hard to get, so make sure you try to get it and try it out. Again, a PvP beast, used mostly in the second sea. But this fruit can be really OP even in the third sea against pros. And most importantly, it doesn't take much skill to be good at. It provides good mobility, great combo potential and insanely good damage and stun. So it's very good for bounty hunting. It costs 3 million pelly and just like other good fruits, it's very hard to get. But just keep rolling them and you will eventually get it. This one is quite new. But it's far from being bad. It costs 2.4 million pelly, but since it's quite new it's even harder to get. Why is it good? Well, of course because of little skill required and the performance of the fruit. Also it's very good for farming bosses since it has a lot of stuns. Very big area of effect, so it's very good for raids. But now let's get to the most no skill fruit in the whole game. So when you think of a no skill fruit, you will think of the fruit that I am currently using, which is Buddha. Buddha is the most no skill required fruit out of all fruits. But don't let that fool you. It can be insanely powerful. You just have to have good fighting style or sword and know how to throw fast N1s. And doing that you can maybe even defeat a pro fruit with dough if he isn't very cautious. So yeah. Also besides PvP, the Buddha is the best grinding fruit without a doubt. It makes you so tanky you just sway through the enemies. So if you are unskilled like me to finally go for Buddha, it may be a bit harder to get it. It costs 1.2 million pelli. But when you get it you are safe for all 3 Cs. If you find this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and a sub to let me know that I should make more useful videos. Join our Roblox group, link in the description. Thanks for watching and see you soon.